What's up, everybody? Hello, happy Wednesday, middle of the week, hump day, 2 more days, and it's Friday. Yay, the best day of the week. So, we're going to recap Martin's wheelchair interview, right? So, talk to you guys, see how you guys are doing. Hopefully, you guys had a great day. And who's going to be first to say hi on the chat? It's going to be Brandon Tobias. What is going on, Brandon? Casino. Hello, Jennifer Diggs. How are you, Jennifer? Hopefully, you guys are all doing good. Thanks for coming in. Dora Kate. Hello, how are you? Italian girl. How are you? Skincare Skinny. Hello, Carolyn NYC. Hello. Elaine Rodriguez. Hi. George Castro. What's up? I have a brother with that exact name. El Mexicano. What is going on? Latasha. Hello, how are you? All praises to the Most High. Hey, Mark. That's awesome. It's actually ART, but close enough. How are you? All praises. Sergio Castellon, what's going on? James Martinez, hello. Daniel Williams, hello. How are you? Paula Leticia, hello. Is that how you say it? Letizia? Nena is in Oregon. What's up? Lady Boom Boom. How are you? Frank and Lee speaking. Hello. Catherine McKay is in Australia. Thanks for tuning in all the way from down under, Catherine. I appreciate you. Valerie, hello. How are you? How you been? Sharon, hello. Nicole Minus is in Georgia. Italian girl. Cool. Awesome. Talented indeed. Crystal Patterson, hello. Sandra Clark, how are you, Sandra? I haven't seen you in a long time, Sandra. Where you been? HJ, hello. Michael Bashaw, I'm doing really good. Thank you for a Wednesday. I took like a little nap earlier, so I'm feeling a little bit better, I guess. Trisha York in Pennsylvania. Hello, Trish. How are you? Polly Pocket, what is going on? Laura Riojas, what is going on? Nicole Ford, hello. Hells to no. What is going on? People Observer, how are you? People Watcher, what's going on? What's new with you? Leah Guzman is in is in Texas. Gooba, hello. Thanks for joining, Gooba. How are you? Lady G, Northern Star Seed is all the way in the United Kingdom. Thanks for joining, Lady G. It's very early over there, right? Zaza or Jaja? I can't remember. Can't remember what we agreed on last time. I think he said Jaja. What is going on, Jaja? Zaza. Michelle Luby, hello, how are you? Catherine McKay says you sound like an Aussie girl. Yep, she probably is. Dariela Carreño, what is going on? You're in Arlington, Texas. That's where Texas Stadium is at, or that's where it used to be. I'm not sure where it's at now, but I remember. I guess it could be there. I'm not sure. El Mexicano says, Art, you're right. Martin does have that Kobe Bryant look. I see it. Yeah, he reminds me of Kobe Bryant for sure. Sandra Clark has been working a lot of hours. That's good though, right? Lots of bills, a lot of working hours. So, rats. Do you think it's better to live in California or AZ? I feel like prices are about equal at this point, especially in Tempe. Nah, definitely it's a lot more expensive in California. It's so expensive in California and so uh, um, highly regulated that the biggest insurance company in the entire country, State Farm, has literally left the state of California because they're so restrictive. Um, Mark Wahlberg left California. Who else has left California that I know? Kind of big name people. Elon Musk left California for Texas. People are just companies are leaving, right? Because it's too expensive, it's too regulated, it's high taxes and all this crap. So I would stick it out in Arizona, that's for sure. Zaza. It's not my real name. Okay, so I could say Zaza or Jaja or Zizi or Zuzu. Joe Rogan left California for Texas, the biggest podcast in the entire world. He left California for Texas. He's just a podcaster. Italian Grill gas prices are 4.58 a gallon in Washington. My goodness. Marietta Moreno, what is going on? How are you? Alejandra Ortega. Hi, friend. I'm curious. Have you heard from that kid that used to stay next to Carlin Miggs? I don't recall his name. He was young. His name is Nick. Haven't heard from him or seen him in, I don't know, like 2 months. So I know he got locked up because he was taking stuff from the store he wasn't supposed to. So maybe he's still in there. Maybe he went home to North Carolina. I have no idea where he's at, but prayers for him. Nicole Ford, Martin really needs help. It breaks my heart to see him in the condition that he is in. I know his hip pain may be one of the reasons for self medicating. Nicole, yeah, he needs professional medical help. Unfortunately, Martin's addiction is stronger than his need or his perceived need of medical attention. Is that hopefully that makes sense? So, for example, to you and me and all you guys, like we obviously know that he needs medical attention, right? Not for his hip, for his his feet. His feet are horrible. Uh, the swelling, the feet, the just it's just bad, 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 bad. He's super thin. He's not eating right, not sleeping right, not nothing is going the way it should go for that for him. So that's the way we look at it, right? You and me, because we're rational, right? Because we're free of addiction. Unfortunately, he's riddled. He's knee deep in addiction. For the past 6 years, he's been battling this addiction, and his need to satisfy his craving for the drug every single day, every 30 minutes, every hour, is greater than the need that you and me perceive for his pain of hip, of feet, of underlying medical issues, because he has probably a long list of underlying medical issues that you and I don't know about, right? It could be cancer, it could be diabetes, it could be HIV, it could be a million things, right? It could be all of them. So yeah, does he need help? Yes, he needs help. Does Martin want help? No, he doesn't. So we can only assist him what we can assist him, right? I remember seeing him after that one night, the first night in the hotel room. He looked better. He looked refreshed. He sounded a little bit better. The pain went away because he was resting. So I gave him a burger. Right when I gave him a burger, when I gave him the wheelchair, I gave him a hamburger. He was eating it. He was just tearing. He wasn't even chewing. He was just hungry. So he's not eating right. His wife isn't feeding him, isn't being a wife. And so when people say, why do you he's not getting better, why are you rewarding him? Why are you enabling him? So I love that word, right? That people throw out to me. The more you enable him, the more he's gonna stay out there. By you enabling him, he's gonna continue to, why does he want to go to the doctor if you're enabling him? I go, dummies, giving a human being food, giving a human being water, giving a human being a chair. Those are three necessities that he needs. Right? He needs a wheelchair. Right? That in my mind is not enabling. Right? So those are people that lack compassion, understanding. They probably don't know what addiction really is, right? And I was one of those dummies, right? Before I started talking to people and interviewing people and getting to know their story and really understanding, I was one of those dummies. So I kind of give them a little bit of grace and understanding, try to be compassionate, not only to Martin, but to the dummies that talk crap and call me an enabler because I give people water and food. Get the I want to say a bunch of things, but I'm trying to be nice. So just look at that from that standpoint, right? If Martin was your brother, if he was your son, your relative, you would want compassion and understanding for your son and for your relative. But because you guys aren't related to him, or at least the knuckleheads, they're quick to throw him. Oh, he hasn't gone to the hospital. Stop helping him, right? I'm not gonna donate, to get him food no more because he hasn't gone to the hospital. I'm like, look, when you donate, don't put any strings attached to it, man. You donate from the heart, right? When I give him food, when I give him a ride, right? When I give him a hotel room under my name, I didn't put strings on it, right? I said, look, we're gonna get you this because you need it, because we're doing it out of compassion, out of grace, and out of love for humanity, right? You happen to be a human that needs help. We'll try to assist you as best we can. I would love for him to say, you know what? Can you in the morning take me to the hospital? Thank you for your help. Take me. I would love for him to say that, but I don't put strings attached to anything because you're not doing it out of compassion. You're doing it because you're um, doing it with conditions, right? So you got to do stuff unconditionally, man, because it's the right thing to do, not because you want him to go to the hospital because you want him to go to the hospital. So I've discovered that addicts have their own timeline. They get better. They want to get better on their timeline, not my timeline, not your timeline, not anybody else's timeline. So it's, I don't know why it's complicated to understand that. I don't know. It eludes me. LR Art, is Martin really scared of his wife? Yeah, he definitely is. I'd be scared of her too. Ali Carey, your interview with the NICU nurse Sydney was incredible. Thank you, for all you. Thank you, Ali Carey. Yeah, it was a great conversation, right? So to me, it seemed like we talked for 5, 10 minutes max, and it was actually like 20 minutes, right? And that's what she said too. It's like, oh my god, I didn't know I talked so long. I'm like, I wasn't even paying attention to the time because we were having a great conversation, and we could talk for hours, right? And I'm sure she has all kind of stories and all kind of things she's seen, and heartbreaking things, right? That we, you, me, we need to be aware. Society at large needs to be aware of the repercussions, right? The consequences of poor decision making, choices. Heading into that lifestyle, it's a dead end, right? If you want it to be a dead end for you, that's one thing. But when you start bringing innocent children into this world that ultimately the taxpayer has to fund, that's horrible, man. That's just, and it's not so much the funding, it's a human life, that's just suffering. And sometimes they don't make it. They're just crying, crying all day. They stop crying because their system just gave out because they're too little. So that's heartbreaking, man. So, and then there's no consequences, no consequences, right? The people I interview, they're having babies. The next day, they're out in the street doing the same thing. Same thing. Sucks, man. Oh, Rats says ruining childhoods. Yeah, life is already hard, right? Life is super hard for anybody, right? Life isn't easy for anybody. Uh, you make it a lot harder as a parent when you are having a child and you didn't finish high school, you're not working, you were impregnated by a damn loser, um, uh, and then you're doing drugs. Come on, man. Like, we live in the richest nation on earth, man, right? Preventative um, care for women, birth control, right? There's like, I don't know how many different types of birth control is there, right? To control your birthing ability, right? Um, uh, and you can get a lot of that stuff for free. So why are people so damn irresponsible, man? It's horrible. It's very upsetting. I've seen women with big bellies, 9 months pregnant, and they're smoking that crap, you know? And it's really, really scary because, so let's say a lot of these children, these little babies, they're born and they're crying and they make it, you know, they're alive, you know, 6 months later, a year later. But later on, when they're older, 5, 6, 7, 10 years old, you start seeing they're not learning right, they're not behaving correctly. Basically, they didn't develop normally because all the chemicals that the mom put in the system. So they're born with behavior issues, right? She said ODD. I forgot what it was, but basically just um, not listening to authority, just being rebellious, just fighting and arguing, and they go from adoption place to adoption place because nobody can stand them, nobody can deal with them, right? Because of that. So there's consequences, and then I end up interviewing. How many people that I've interviewed are those babies? How many? Crazy to think, huh? But I guarantee you, I've interviewed some already. Should be illegal, yeah. Should be definitely should be. I heard somebody say they don't prosecute because then women won't go and to the hospital anymore. I said there should be prosecution because a crime was committed, right? So if any one of us were to go slap a 5-year-old right now, right? Slap a 1-year-old, slap them or punch them in the face, we would get in jail, right? There'd be repercussions, right? You can't do that. That's called what? Child abuse, child endangerment. But why can a mother abuse and neglect her unborn child? That's also a life, is it not? So that's how much the this society hates children, right? Especially unborn children. So shame on America, shame on the politicians, shame on society, that basically shame on us that we allow it. So we need to do something about it. Hey Lonnie, hello Art. Poor Martin Latanya is just preying on him at this point because he can't really defend himself. Got a bit mad when he said that she dropped her drink and blame it on him. So sad. I agree. At the same time, he is 37 years old. That is his wife. They've been together for 10 years. They have a child together, right? Choices have consequences. You chose to marry that lady. You're choosing not to divorce that lady. People ask me, why didn't you call the police? Why didn't you call the police when he was hit when she was hitting him? Because 30 minutes later, they were hugging and kissing, right? Because every single day that behavior happens, right? If I was to call the police, do you think he's going to prosecute? He's going to follow through? Am I going to look like the dummy that said, why'd you call the cops if he's not going to prosecute, if he's saying it didn't happen? I'm, that's a grown man. There's two adults right there, right? That they should just separate. They should do a divorce, but they're not because that's what they choose to do. So you guys have to look at it from that standpoint as well, right? I can't be Superman and just getting involved with everybody out there in the streets. Like that's not what I do, man. You know, you have to be careful. My safety matters to me too, you know. So the life of Mary. How's Carla doing? You should really check out the channel. I uploaded a video for her birthday yesterday. Life of Mary. Go check it out. Just yesterday. Yoli, what is going on? Yoli is the one that donated the food and the cake for Migs and for Carla's birthday. So Yoli, thank you very much. Yoli N in California, thank you very much for being so generous, so nice, so sweet to Carla. She was very appreciative. That made her feel good. So when I interviewed Carla and Migs didn't want to interview. He was being a little hater, but Carla kind of forced him, right? That's probably why he was so stoic and kind of a little sour puss face, right? A lot of people want to punch him in the face because he looks so like mad, right? That I wasn't getting him, excuse me, him a cake or whatever, right? But so a little hater. But she is appreciative, Yoli, for your help and contribution, and so that's very sweet of you. Thank you. Misfit Gamma, you think he will wake up tomorrow and his wheelchair be stolen? I'm sure he will sell the wheelchair. He was jonesing for drugs. Um, Considering that he needs a wheelchair, I don't see why he would sell it. Maybe he'll sell his old wheelchair. Um, but if he sells it, that's his wheelchair, right? So I'm not sure how much you contributed to the purchasing of that wheelchair, Misfit Gamma, but yeah, there's no conditions when we give, right? So if he wakes up and it's stolen or he sells it, that's he could do whatever he wants with it, right? People choose to donate to get him a wheelchair, get him food, get him clothes. That's our choosing. We choose to do that, right? We do it without conditions. We do it without expectations, and all that lovely stuff, right? That's what giving is all about. Not snide comments like, "Oh my, if it's gonna get stolen, get stolen." Like anything positive that you can say, anything positive at all that you can say about a human being that's suffering, that's in pain, emotionally, physically, mentally. Anything positive. Isabel the Coxco. Hello, Art. I'm watching you from Tucson, Arizona. God bless you for all you do for the home. Thank you, Isabel. I appreciate you for watching from the old Pueblo, Tucson, Arizona. Triple L La Cabezona. I used to be in an abusive relationship and people tried to help me out. Then I would tell the cops he didn't do anything. It's a tricky situation. I woke up and said I don't deserve abuse. Good job, Triple L. Nobody deserves abuse, right? So you were suffering from battered wife syndrome. Martin is suffering from battered husband syndrome, right? So she's abusing him every day for the past how many years? I don't know. But Martin needs to ask for help. He needs to get away. He needs to divorce her. He needs to let the police handle business, right? Because I'm not a divorce attorney. I'm not the law. I can only do so much. You guys can only do so much, right? We don't wear capes. So yeah. Brenda said, "That's terrible. That's terrible." Shannon K, sadly, he won't get clean unless he separates from his wife. I would agree with that. Jay Vasquez, he can make it if he wants to. The kids will pull him through. Kaylani, Art, don't let the bad comments get to you. It's not the comments, it's like the stupidity of people, you know what I'm saying? The low Biden IQ that people demonstrate, right? So it's like more prevalent than I thought. And Adina Sanchez, hello from Cali. Love watching her. Thank you. And Adina, I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in all the way from Cali. Janice Canojo, toxic relationship. Yeah, those are bad. They don't really work long term, right? Alejandra Ortega wants to donate. Do you want to donate like clothes? So my information is in the About tab. Go to YouTube. Well, you're probably on YouTube, but go to my About tab, About or Info tab or whatever. I think it's About tab, and all the little. If you want to use clothes for Carla, or usually people send stuff clothes for Carla. So if you guys want to do that, send it there. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna do a donation drive this year. I think we're gonna do a meet and greet instead. We won't do a donation drive this year. So I've decided. I have a lot of work going on. I'm so busy. Hugh Machine, when are you going to run for any form of office in AZ? You're not a politician. You're the voice of reason and uncomfortable truth. AZ needs that change. All of the US needs it. That's funny. My brother, every time I see him, he tells everybody, my brother's going to run for governor. Like, my brother's going to run for, he's telling people that I'm going to run for governor. I'm like, I'm not going to run for nothing, man. Those politics is, it's it's tough. It's tough. It's a bunch of liars, bunch of deceivers, and it's all to fill their pockets. You got these people who've been in office for 40 years, making $200,000 a year, but they got $100 million in the bank. How? So this is I firmly believe this. I'm gonna tell you guys this, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. So the difference between American politics and like third world country politics, like Mexico, right? Mexico's politics is their gosh, how do you say it? Like you could be bought, right? So their money, but it's out in the open. Everybody knows about it, right? So what's it called? Corruption. Corruption is rampant, and it's open out in the open. American politics, there's corruption, but it's like down under the table, like behind dark shadows. So that's why politicians like Clinton's, Biden's, $200,000 a year with their salary, but they have $100 million in the bank. They got 5 houses everywhere, all over the world, and yeah, corruption. So I can't be part of that. They would kill me the way they killed Kennedy, the way they killed the way they're trying to kill Trump. Yeah, so a deep state really does exist. I believe it. Jay Vasquez says the issue with Martin's legs that could make it even worse could be that he isn't able to elevate them. Just rough. My goodness. Yeah. So you know what? It dawned on me. Just so you guys remember when I got him the room, and when I got him the room and I walked in and the floor was all sticky and kind of nasty. I was like, what the hell did he spill here? It just dawned on me right now. You know what that was? That was fluid from his legs. So he's actually dripping liquid. He says it's plasma, right? The watery substance from blood. That's what he says is like coming out of his feet. And he was just dripping that stuff all over the floors in the hotel room. And so I had to get a towel. So thankfully, he left a dirty towel there, and I got it wet, and I just kind of mopped, mopped and swept the floor with it. And that's exactly what it was. It was gross. It wasn't fun. Did I use gloves? I did not use gloves. 'Cause I didn't have gloves. Right, all out of gloves, but I did wash my hands afterwards. So not fun, man. That was tough. Buki says it's puss. I think is that what you're trying to say? It's puss. It's puss in boots. Manda Casare says wash and boiling water and fire. James Martinez says his feet had gangrene. Yeah, it's so I think this is what I think is gonna happen, okay? Like, so if for all you new people, there's a lot of new people in here. I've told you go to my channel and click on type in Blake, and then Blake's video is gonna pop up. Right, he's a young man, 20 years old. I met him when he was 20. He passed away when he was 21. We were talking for about 6 months. Super skinny. I saw him. I'm like, oh my god, that dude looks like one of those people in the concentration camps. Right, super skinny, horrible. Had an infection in the back of his throat. Couldn't understand him. um, yeah, do you want to take it to a doctor? Do you want to take it to a hospital? Do you want me to call an ambulance? Right. So all this stuff, right? And so he just kind of declined, faded because underlying medical issues, just like Martin, underlying medical issues. So so yeah, basically, I'm gonna get a call that he's in the hospital, or I'm gonna go out to the streets, look for him, and they're gonna tell me he went to the hospital because he got sick, and and they'll try to help him, and let's see what happens. So um, until he decides to go to the hospital on his own. So sad, sad, sad. Don Dan, excuse me, is new. Thanks for being new. Thanks for being here, Don Dan. Appreciate you. Becky Williams art, we're on the same page politically. I feel for Martin, but sadly he'll probably pass away on the streets. It's all on him. You're a great guy, Art. Thank you, Becky. I appreciate you. That same page politically is just common sense, man. Common sense, it doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. Common sense is not common. Cindy D, hi Art. I feel like Martin isn't going to have time to get help because he's going to die from sepsis. He needs a hospital now, but it is up to him. So I've been talking to him for 2 weeks. That's when I saw him for the. I take that back. So I met Jonathan / Martin 2 years ago. Okay. But this version of Martin, I met him 2 weeks ago. So 2 years ago, he told me he was Jonathan. He was standing up. He looked like he was 6 foot tall, 6'2", right? His face looked a little bit healthier. His voice even sounded healthier. Like he looked stronger, right? That's why I didn't recognize him, even though he's the same color skin, same hair, same kind of facial features. I didn't recognize him. That's weird because I usually recognize all of my people. So it was just pointed out to me. I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. Somebody in the chat said, "Hey, dude, like you interviewed him. His name was Jonathan." I said, "No, no way." I thought that they were confusing my channel. I even had to apologize. I was like, "Man, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry for yeah." So I was kind of shocked. So go on the channel and click Jonathan, Jonathan. I think I spelled it right. And he'll pop up. His real name is Jonathan. That's his real name. He told me. I go, why didn't you tell me, dude? Like when you saw me, he's like, oh, I recognize you right away. Because I asked him the first time, have you ever been interviewed before, right? And he said, no, I haven't. I go, why'd you lie to me? He said, because I thought you wouldn't help me. I thought you would say, oh, I already talked to you before, so no, I won't talk to you again. That's why he lied, he said. So anyways, so I'm still calling him Martin because I haven't transitioned to Jonathan because to me, they're kind of like two people, two different people. There was standing up Martin or, Jonathan, right? Look healthier, stronger. And then this version, Martin, is not healthy at all. Can't walk, can't stand up on his feet. And the 2 weeks that I've seen him, yeah, his feet are horrible, right? Um, so yeah, it's I agree with that. Sepsis and infection and gangrene and possibly lose his legs, possibly lose his feet, possibly lose his life. I agree with that. But what do you do? People just call the police. The police know him by name. They know him and her. They see him every day, right? So can't do much. People, you have to help yourself. You have to, God helps those who help themselves. Manda Casares, my brother is on the streets. I hope someone is kind to him like you are. Manda, many prayers for your brother. Many prayers for you and your family. Must be heartbreaking to have family on the streets. I've had family on the streets. I have family on the street. I have a cousin that's out there right now. So sad. Marissa is praying for Martin. Thank you, Marissa. So sweet. Don Crypto the Elite. A lot of these people looked unrecognizable after the blues. It's crazy. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, this drug. So check this out. I'm gonna show you like a little video of somebody. You guys tell me who this is. You veterans, you people who have been here for a long time. I'm gonna show you a quick video. I'm gonna try to find it real quick, and you guys tell me who this is. Okay, and I'm gonna show you something I'm gonna point something out to you that I'm noticing. Okay, so who is that? Who is that? Anybody? Where my veterans at? Why are you guys saying amber? That's definitely not amber. That's a whole different color. That's definitely not Carla. Somebody, not Lulu. You guys are funny. Oh my god. All right, cool. So let me show you who that is, and I'll tell you why I'm showing you that. Do you guys remember Janetta? So that's who that is. That's who that was. So I interviewed her for the first time January of 2021. Okay. So this January, it'll be 3 years, right? 3 years that I talked to her, met her for the first time. When I met her, she was standing like this, erect, right? Straight. So you guys saw her, she's doing this. She can't lift up her head no more. She can't go like this. She's like she does this right here. Look, she goes. If you talk to her, she does this. She can't go like this. So, and I'm noticing that with a lot of people. So I think this drug, what it does is it kind of do you guys what's the right term? Osteoporosis, like brittle bones, right? A lot of old people suffer from that because of deficiency in vitamin D, right? So your bones start getting brittle, and what's happening with these people is their backs, their necks are going like this. She's 20, I don't know, 25, whatever, and she was 23 3 years 2 years ago, 2 3 years ago, so she's like 25, 26 right now. So she's a mom of twins. Sad, 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 but true. I think it's just all this drug. They're not eating right. They're not sleeping right. The drug is just their bones are just. That's probably why uh, Lulu snapped her rods right in her leg because just her system. All of these people, their system isn't healthy the way our system is healthy, right? So basically has that toxic crap in it, and they're more susceptible to medical issues. So sad. Her name is not Janet. Her name is Janetta. 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 Look it up on the channel. Janetta. Catherine McKay, scoliosis, the bones bend in the spine and the back. My old neighbor who used opiates suffered scoliosis. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if it's officially. I just think so. Why didn't she have scoliosis before? I think it's just weakening of the bones, and I see a lot of people. It's doing that to them. A lot of people are out there doing this. They're walking around like freaking 60, 70, 80-year olds, and they're 20s. They're in their 20s. Like, oh my God. El Flaco, 2 weeks sober. Your channel inspired me to not wanna live that life anymore. Congratulations on your 2 weeks of sobriety. El Flaco, continue your fight for your sobriety and your new life. Okay, so that's awesome. Your families should be very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Lost in Phoenix family is proud of you. So great job, El Flaco. Isabel says, I can't believe how many people are bent over because of the nightmare drug. Yeah, it's sad. Jen H, you are so right. My son was exposed to alcohol by his birth mother, and he has so many behavioral and medical issues. We worry he will always have a tough life. No judgment, only education. Yeah, it's a big responsibility to bring a life into this world, right? You can't just do it nilly willy, right? You have to be prepared. Make make better choices. Make good choices as a mom. Get on birth control. When do we need to put our children, 13, 14-year-old children on birth control and then take them off when they're ready to get married and they have a life and all that? What's the answer? Like, what do we do as a society, right? Because if we just leave individuals to make decisions on their own, obviously people can't make decisions on their own, right? They just can't. They're incapable, whether it's low Biden IQ or just they're just not there, right? The maturity isn't there, no guidance, no structure. I don't know, man. But what I'm seeing is like a cycle. I can't tell you how many people I've interviewed, and I'll talk to them before, right? So you guys only see 10 minutes, but I talk to them before and after the interview. So they tell me, I ask them, what type of family do you have? You have a father at home? A lot of them say no. Some do say yeah. So that's, it's not like, just because you have a mom and a dad that means you're great. It's just when you have a mom and a dad, you have more stability, right? You have a better chance, right? But yeah, I think as adults, we all need society. We need to educate, make better choices, have conversations with our children, so that they're educated and know the dangers and perils of life. So super sad, super sad. Amanda Casares, yes, I am. Catherine McKay, I was given a 1% chance to conceive, and I did. Definitely wasn't ready for it, but I call it a miracle. Catherine McKay, congratulations on your having a baby, on your conception, right? On conceiving a baby. That's so cool, especially when they tell you that, oh, yeah, basically 1%, that means no chance, right? But uh, I'm glad that you you're able to experience bringing a life into this world, and yeah, give that life a chance to succeed, right? Mara Cordero is working a lot of OT. Ala Vega, man, I don't know if that's really your name or if you're just messing around. Ala Vega. Sheesh. Anyways, but yeah, I was super excited that Martin got his wheelchair, and whatever he does with it, obviously I want him to have it and use it for mobility, because he's complaining that his old one was breaking and rickety, and he wanted an electric scooter and all that. And nah, I'm not gonna get you an electric scooter, dude. Those are, first off, those are way too expensive, right? Where are you gonna charge it? And I'd rather you lose a wheelchair than lose a scooter, right? Electric scooter. So Julia, why not? Thank art. It's a cycle, and it takes one connection to bring a person from a life of hard work ethic to use the system and eventually get lost in the drug life. Yeah, life is about choices. We have to choose to do the right thing and work hard and build. What was Mig saying when I interviewed him? Yeah, I want to level up, and I just want to level up and go to the next level, and yeah, I just want to level up. So I'm like, what are you doing to level up? You've been leveling up for an entire year, man. I've known you guys for a year. You've been leveling up, but you're still here. You don't have you can't buy or anything, dude. So it's a little, it's a little frustrating. I get frustrated too with Migs, but what do you do? Like, what do you do? People ask me, take her, right? Take her away from there. She doesn't want to be taken. She doesn't want to be taken. She's knee deep in that life as well. She enjoys it, right? So um, that's why she's there. It looks like she enjoys it to me. So Sad. LR says, I don't have kids, but I wouldn't want to bring them into a world with the way it is. Yeah, it's a tough, tough world. Absolutely. If you don't have the means, financial, emotional, you don't have the support, definitely don't bring a child into the world. Please don't be irresponsible and bring a child into this world, right? But yeah, nowadays you have to be ready. Like, gas $4, $5 for a gallon of gas, and milk is, through the roof, and eggs are through the roof. And, I can't imagine how much Pampers are, right? So, a lot of people rely on the government, but you guys can't rely on the government. You guys can't be relying on the government. You just can't. You guys need to stop because that's what the government wants for you to rely on them. That's bad news. Bad, bad, bad. The government is not your friend. Joe Jurgensen, I sure did. Myra Cordero says, I absolutely miss all of you. Where have you been? You've been working a lot, huh? Sheesh, you need to stop. What did Ferris Bueller say? Sometimes life moves so fast, sometimes you need to stop and smell. I can't remember if he said coffee or the roses. I can't remember. I watched that movie like 10 times and I still can't remember. I do not recall. Italian girl says Carla needs to get her life straight now before it gets too bad. Yeah, I agree. But so so a lot of some of the things that I say it like deliberately, right? So I said, so Carla, you celebrated your 18th birthday out here, you celebrated your 19th birthday out here, and now we're celebrating your 20th birthday out here. Do you think you'll celebrate your 21st birthday out here? What did she say? I don't know. I don't know. Instead of saying, nope, that's it. Like, I'm sick of being out here, right? I'm sick of not being able to sell member. I'm sick of not owning anything. I'm sick of not, having responsibility, not working, not having a roof over my none of that. Just oblivious, man. So sad. Joe Jorgensen said, my husband saw your shirt and thought I was watching a priest on YouTube. I said, no, he's a saint. That's hilarious. Definitely not a pre-shirt, right? So you're talking about this white stuff right here? Yeah, no, it's just there's a priests don't have this, priests don't have this. So this is blue, not black. I'm definitely not a priest, definitely not a saint. I'm the most unsaintly person in this entire world. That's funny. Alien Miguel says Miggs looks crazier and crazier every time you post a video of him. Just saying. Yeah, so maybe these the effects of abusing this for so many years is getting to him. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yasmin Valerio, hello. Dolores, hello. Mara says, I want to take my kids to Disney in December. I have to grind. Yeah, yeah, you sure do. You want to pay like $300 for per ticket to get in and parking, and yeah, good luck. Mara is gonna visit in December. The Boog, cool. Joseph, I think Carla likes being on the streets with Migs. She needs to take care of herself to get sober. Yeah, you're probably right. It just boggles my mind. When he was locked up for 30 days, I visited her like 4 times in those 30 days, and I said, hey, we don't know how long he's going to be in there. We really didn't, right? He might be in there for 6 months. Don't you think it's a good time to go visit your mom? I'll drive you. She's about 4 or 5 hours away. She's probably like 5 or 6 hours away. I'll drive you. Want to go visit your brother, Ken? I'll go drive you to visit your brother, Ken. Do you want to go to shelter? Do you want to go to a treatment center or detox? Right? Wouldn't it be cool for you to get clean so that when he gets out, you can take him to get clean with you? Like, don't you think that'd be cool? What did she say? Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that. Chrissy Rose, everybody can sit and say, do this or do that and criticize, but don't let this stop you from your mission. Arch friendship may be the only love or care some of these folks. No, absolutely. Chrissy Rose, that's a good point. And that's why I continue to do what I do, right? Because I can't really put strings attached to anything. Carla, this is what I don't do. Carla, your birthday's coming up. I'll get you food. I'll take you out to eat. I'll get you a present if you let me take you to a hospital. If you let me take you to treatment, right? Because that's not legit, right? I'm putting strings attached to it. It doesn't work that way. They have to go to treatment. They have to go to the hospital. They have to, do those things on their own volition, on their own free will, not because I'm enticing them. Does that kind of make sense? It doesn't work. So, so you build rapport, you build friendship, you build ties, you build a connection, right? So Carla's never had a father. Carla's never had nurturing, affection, love. That's why she clings to Migs because she thinks she's getting affection, nurturing, and love from him. She thinks he's a man, and in a way he is, but he isn't. He doesn't have the maturity to be a man. He's only chronologically a man, right? By age, he's a man, but really mentally, emotionally, he's not a man, right? Because a man would care for her and get better and really try to level up, unfortunately, right? So he's not there yet. So, I'm probably the only male figure that brings stability and a semblance of mentorship, guidance, tutorship. I don't know. So I love what I do. I love that they respect me and then they seek me out and they, if I tell them to, whip into shit. You guys need to hurry up because I'm about to leave. They oh shoot, I got to listen to him. So kind of like a hold on real quick. Old man Gib, hey brother, use this to help someone with whatever they need. May the Father bless you and yours. Old man Gib, thank you very much. I appreciate your kind donation. Thank you very much. You're awesome. Yeah, definitely. These donations go to like when I get food for these folks, when I get gas, stuff like that. Really, because what you guys don't understand is like I drive around for hours looking for these people, right? Because they're homeless. They're not like in one spot like all day long, just waiting for me to come, by every day, 2 days, 3, 7 days later. They kind of move around, and I have to drive and drive and drive and drive. So I use up a lot of gas. So thank you, Old Man Gib. May God bless you for your giving heart. You never put strings attached to whenever you give, right? So that's why you'll be blessed and you'll receive in kind. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Stephanie wants a Halloween party. So my team meeting is on Tuesday the 31st, and guess who's having a contest? I'm having a costume contest for my team and a pumpkin contest for my team. So I'm already ahead of you, Stephanie. Hugh Machine, do you feel Miggs is threatened by your kindness? I think I don't want to say threatened, but instead of asking me like, "Hey, Art, how can I be a man? What can I do? What advice would you give me to be a better boyfriend or be a better person, a better human?" Right? How do I make money? How do I get clean? Right? Instead of asking me questions like that, he wants to BS me, right? Like if I don't know what's going on, right? He wants to level up. He says, right? So I try to just listen to him, right? Not criticize him, not be contentious, right? not pick apart his points, right? Because I'm not trying to argue with them or anything like that. I just ask a question and give him time to explain or, you know, explain his thoughts or whatever, right? His state of mind. So, does he get threatened? I don't think he gets threatened, um, but because again, has he ever had a positive male role model? Has he ever seen a successful man that's trying to help and assist? Right? Does he know what that means? Success. You know, I should ask him. Right? What does success mean to you? Right? I'd be interested. You know, in finding out what. Sometimes the bad thing about questions like that with him is that he'll go into like, I have to kind of bring him back, reel him back in because he just keeps going and going and going, and so yeah, there's a lot of questions I can't really have a rational question with some people. You just can't. Alejandra Ortega, this is why people connect and support your cause, my friend, because you don't judge, you offer them help and move on with the conversation. Sometimes these people just need someone to talk to for guidance. I agree with that. I think some people are yearning to be heard because who's listening to them on the street? Nobody. The police aren't listening. The police are kicking them away from that alley where they're just trying to lay down. It's not the store owner because the store owner is kicking them away from their establishment, right? And I agree with all that, right? If I was a store owner, I would agree. I would want that stuff for people loitering around my establishment, my business, because it's going to affect my business, right? That's how I make a living. So it's tough. Nobody wants to listen to them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Nobody wants to hear their stories, and that's why it's important to do this, right? We're chronicling stories. We're documenting lives, right? And the biggest thing is prevention through awareness, right? So how many young people are watching these stories like, oh my God, mom, look at Carla. She's 20 years old, but she looks 15 like me. What is she using? What is that drug? What are blues? What is fentanyl? Where is it coming from? Right? And then parents like, oh my God, is my politician voting the right way? Right, right. I need to make sure that my politician is fighting this, right? Not talking about pronouns, not talking about all this crap. When young people are literally dying every day from these ODs, and these politicians want to talk about pronouns in school. My God. Dog says you make them feel cared about, and that may eventually turn into them caring about themselves more to get clean. Absolutely. Asiatic 777 are ever think of water baptizing these people so they can get the spirit? Um, that would be really cool. Unfortunately, I'm Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. All that stuff, but I don't I'm not good with all that, right? So I need to be authentic about that. How am I going to baptize somebody without me being baptized? Do you understand what I'm saying? How am I going to pray for somebody without really praying, knowing really how to pray, right? Because I haven't been trained in that manner, in that fashion. Do you understand? So I think people like you, if you go to church, you go do that, right? Or ask your pastor, ask your priest, right? You guys go build a little team and go out together, right? So I have to be authentic when I do stuff, right? So it kind of makes sense. So I get people ask me that all the time, like, hey, why don't you pray for them? I can't pray for them right there, then and there, because I don't know how to pray, right? I pray my own way in private, right? I pray the way I pray. I can't go out there and pray for them because I really don't know how to pray like that for people. Do you understand? Because I'm not a trained, ordained minister, priest, preacher, nothing like that, So, yeah, I'm just preaching, ministering, compassion, understanding, and stuff. I think, preaching about God and all that's a whole different level, right? So, that's something, that you need to have, that you should study about. So, I think, in my humble opinion. Old man Gib, you have a good night. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You have a good night. Get some rest, and we'll see you soon. Manda Casares, what is your career? I work in insurance. Bud Sessions 420. Have you ever encouraged someone to get help? Yes, every day. Every time I interview people, I encourage them to get help. M. Linson, what's going on in South Mountain 602? What's happening? How are you? Isabel Takaxco, you give these precious people a chance to say how they feel or if they are hurting. Yeah, so so for all you new people in the house, so let me see, somebody like my goodness, what is their name, guys? So I interviewed Mona, 22 years old, January 2022. For all you new people, 22 years old, last year and a half ago. She's since deceased. She passed away, I don't know, a year ago, 8 months ago, 9 months ago. Um, and that's heartbreaking, right? But her family can watch that. Her two children can watch that, and will that be the last time they hear from her? You know, so this is like documenting stories of people that are no longer here. You guys are here. We're talking. We're having fun, but she's gone. 22 years old. I think she was 22 when I interviewed her, but I think she passed away when she was 23. Julia, why not? You are important. Art. Good night from New Hampshire. Thank you, Julia. You have a good night all the way in New Hampshire. I appreciate you. Get some rest, and we'll see you soon. Lyra, baby, the beautiful thing of believing in God is that you can do it in your own way. I mean, things do not have to be in an orthodox way. I believe that. Yeah, I believe that you don't have to go to church. You don't have to. Your relationship with your God, right, is your relationship with your God. So yeah, I believe that 100%. Whatever makes you a better person. Malika MS, all the way in Canada, says, "Where did you buy your T-shirt? My husband likes it." Your husband likes my priest T-shirt. This is what I wear when I pray for people. So who needs some prayer tonight? Any El Mexicano needs a prayer? Who needs a prayer? Alira Baby needs a prayer. Danielle Williams. Buki definitely needs a prayer. Buki always needs prayer because my goodness. Yoli needs prayer. Dorothy Zabornak. I was just kidding, guys. I'm definitely not gonna. I'll pray for you tonight in my own way, but I ain't gonna pray for you guys right now. Bart Basquiado says, "Pray for my abuelita." Absolutely, I'll do that. Moni Luna, I'll pray for you too. Holy jeez, you guys are all the long. It's a lot long. I'm gonna have to write this down. Got a lot of prayers tonight. We all need prayer. We're all human. We're all broken. We're all deficient. We're all uh, needing of a helping hand, of guidance, of prayer. So, me included, you guys, your children, your parents, your loved ones, right? We all go through things, right? In silence, right? Nobody sees it, right? But we all shed a tear. We all cry in our own way, right? And get sad and so don't do that, right? Because you matter. Like it's not just the people I interview, right? But it's you folks. There's 268 people in here. Every single one of you folks is unique, right? There's 7 billion people on planet Earth. Nobody else is like you. Right? You're unique on this earth, right? I firmly believe that all humans matter. It don't matter if you're Hispanic, if you're white, if you're Asian, if you're any other color. You're not more special than anybody else, and they're not more special than you. All human lives matter. I believe that without a doubt. Okay. So that means you guys all matter. You guys are extremely important, right? So take care of yourselves, right? Take care of yourselves. Be good to to one another. You know, and that's what I try to do every single day. I promise. I try to be a good person every day. I try to stay on that path of goodness. You know, it's hard sometimes, right? It's hard to be a good person, right? Because so many bad things, you know, hit you, and they tempt you, and they want to hurt you, and they, bunch of knuckleheads here and there, and so yeah, you just gotta be nice. Sandra Castro, that's a really cool last name, Sandra. Hello, Art. It's been a while since first saw you. Hello, Sandra. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Liz Rosales, Art. What happened that made you care as you do? That's funny. It's not that I didn't care in the past, but I was just not aware of all the craziness in the world, right? And so I decided to do something about it instead of just kind of sitting on my couch and just complaining about it, right? So I think that's what we have to do as a society because everything's crumbling, right? Everything's crumbling around us, and we have to be more aware of our surroundings. We have to be more aware because what kind of society are we gonna give to the next generation or to our children, to our grandchildren, right? When we're gone, did we contribute, right? For the for the well-being of our children or the next generation, or were we selfish and just, oh, it's all about me, right? I'm gonna live a good life and f everybody else, right? So we have to be cognizant of the things we're capable of doing to enact change for the positive, right? And that's not being victims. That's not, oh, poor me, I'm Hispanic, the government owes me, racism, all this crap, right? Pronouns. No, there are people dying right now every single day. I can give you a long list of people that have passed away from these damn drugs, right? So what can we do? We need to educate our children. We need to talk to the schools. We need to talk to damn teachers to let them know we don't want you talking about crap. We want you to talk about things that affect our children every single day. Please teach them to read, to write, and to do math. Don't teach them anything else, right? Sexuality and pronouns. I'll talk to them about that, right? So you teach them to read and write and do math, and we'll be good, right? So we need to be more proactive in our school, in our society, with our damn politicians, so that we can have a better world to live in, right? So it makes too much sense. So I'm passionate about it because it just makes too much sense. Maleka says we need to care about each other. Maleka, you need to buy one of these shirts for your husband so you guys can care about each other more. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you do, but I'm just messing around. Heaven Bennington, shout out from Adams County, Ohio. You're a Buckeye. It's getting worse in this small country town. People dying left and right. I'm from Orange, California. Not much difference anymore. Sad. Lost so many prayers. Heaven Bennington, yeah, your politicians, your schooling system. What are they teaching them, right? So sad, sad, sad. Italian girl, I just watched Mona's interview again. So sad. She left two children behind and was taken. She struggled with blues and said, once you try them, you'll never be the same. What a beautiful girl she was. Yeah, she looked like a model to me. Poor thing, just, yeah, sad, man. Sad, sad, sad. Her children will never see her again. Alira baby, there's a piece of God in every living thing, and life always finds a way. I think about that when I feel hopeless. Alira baby, never feel hopeless, right? There's always hope, So just um, hopeless is like a really bad feeling, right? Because you feel like there's no resolution, there's no getting out of a hole. You feel trapped, right? That's what hopelessness is, like darkness without a light bulb, right? So just remember that there's always sunshine after the storm. You have to You have to weather the storm. You have to endure the storm, right? So, because hopelessness, that's what takes a lot of people, I think, hopelessness. Never feel hopeless. Ever, ever, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Claudia Mata. Claudia no me mata. I just watched the reel you posted of Martin's wife mistreating him. So sad. Yeah, Claudia, absolutely sad. Yeah, definitely sad. Uh, so what did Martin say? She's bipolar. She has mental health issues. She's battling addiction. So does that make it right? Absolutely not. Not. Nobody should touch anybody like that, mistreat that way. Uh, but again, he has to get away from that situation. He's 37 years old. He's a man. He's able to talk. He's able to communicate with the police that you want to end this relationship and get away from you, get a restraining order. But they're codependent, and they use each other to survive out there in the streets. They use each other. I don't think they're together because of love, in my humble opinion. Dorothy Zabornak. I love hearing from Jessica. Always makes me smile. Yeah, definitely Jessica. She's obviously mental health issues, and um, she's just suffering. Looks like to me she's suffering mental health issues, and she does use illicit substances. I think a variety of illicit substances for whatever reason, and she's just out there doing her thing. So many prayers for her. Like, how do you help somebody like that, right? I don't know. Sad. I like talking to her because she's so honest. She's so honest and upfront, and the way she talks and the way she articulates her statements, or it's just different, right? So she's it's fun talking to her. It's really interesting. Sheila Underwood, hello, how are you? Sharon says they're so afraid of the withdrawal. Um, I've always thought that that's they say that, right? They say that, but to me that's one of their many excuses, right? So let's take Martin for example, right? So he's told me I don't go to the hospital because I don't, I'm scared of losing my stuff. The paramedics can't take my stuff, right? So I have to leave my stuff here. I'm scared to lose my stuff. Okay, so that's excuse number one. He's told me that he doesn't like withdrawals. Okay, excuse number two. Third excuse is I'm afraid. Okay, I'm afraid of what the doctor's going to tell me. Okay, he's told me I don't have insurance. I don't have any insurance, so I can't pay for the doctor visit. And it's just throwing stuff on the wall to see what sticks. Um, do withdrawals hurt? Yeah, I'm sure they do. But what hurts more, withdrawals or death? Jana Loya, hello. Malika, you have a good night. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Stay blessed all the way in Canada. Oh, Canada. LR, how's the kid and the father at Scrap? Daniel and can't remember the father, but yeah, I think I heard from him the other day, and they want to do another interview, but I don't have time right now. But hopefully they're doing good. My three rosebuds. I wonder if they really can just get help because they really are afraid to die and have had enough. Yeah, sometimes it takes like being locked up, being locked up against your will, and they kind of have a mental clarity, right? Because right now it's really hard for them to make a rational decision because their mind is so clouded, right? They don't sleep, they don't eat, and they're like all buzzed off of that crap, right? So yeah, they can't make a rational decision. So, but when they get locked up, right, for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, they're a little bit cleaner, more, they're in their senses a little bit, right? And they're like, you know what? I'm clean. I'm gonna stay this way. Some say do that, and others, as soon as they get out, boom, they go back. Jenny Rose, hello, how are you? My tiny animal family. Are you kidding me? Nobody is kidding nobody. Half squat. The hospital tried to charge me $40,000 one time because I spent 10 nights in there. Yeah, make sure you have insurance. Sanji, it's a quarter after 12 a.m. here in Pennsylvania. Cool. It's a 9:10 p.m. here in Phoenix. Jenny Rose says, good, just at work. Next week I go back to day shift. That's awesome. Day shift is better than night shift, right? Christina Montes, I don't have a favorite person. They're all my favorite. I'm all shook up. I think I'm gonna watch a movie on Netflix tonight. That's what I think I'm gonna do. What do you guys think? My tiny animal family. I knew it. You are making it seem like they use that as an excuse. They do. For one, most don't care if they die. Okay. Most are terrified of the withdrawals because the pain is everywhere, even your bones. I think you want to say ache, right? But you said ace. Okay, cool. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm not sure how many people you've interviewed in the past 3 years, but from what I can see, people use that as a crutch, as an excuse. From my perspective, you're entitled to your opinion, and I respect that. Respect mine, and we'll get along. Tommy 64, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Claudia Pratt, hi. I'm fairly new to your channel. Thank you for being selfless. Claudia Pratt, welcome to the Lost in Phoenix family. I really appreciate you sharing your time here with us. Welcome to us. uh, we just talk, have a conversation, and try to learn from each other, respect each other, and we don't always agree with each other, right? But we definitely have to respect each other. Absolutely. LR, do you come home from work, then go out and help, or do you do it on the weekends or both? I work from home, so after work, I go out and talk to my people. Mia Muffin. I just saw the Martin video. I feel he won't get clean until his wife is ready. Unfortunately, that may be too late for him. So sad. I feel he's ready, but she is holding him back. Um, yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation that true two grown adults need to figure out, right? These are parents, they're grown people, and they need to figure out amongst themselves, right? There's not a lot of intervention that can happen from me or you or anybody, right? We can only do so much, right? We can only do so much. We lead a horse to water, the horse has to drink. So, best of luck to them. Bart Visions, are you watching the new Exorcist film? I like horror films, but not religious horror films. I like all horror films. I love the Exorcist. So I love the original Exorcist. That's one of the greatest movies ever in the history of the world. But yeah, I don't mind if they're religious movies as long as it's a good movie and no politics in it, right? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm gonna wear my priest outfit. Somebody said there's a priest outfit. I don't think so. Just 'cause it has a thick white border. It's so funny. It feels really good too. The cotton, like Pima cotton or something. That's funny. My tiny animal family was Mona the one with the broken leg. No, that's Lulu. Lulu has the broken leg. Mona was 22 years old, 23 when she passed away. Gosh, I don't remember how long that was. Like I want to say 6 months, 9 months. Can't remember. Boogie does not like scary movies. I love scary movies. Consuelo Jackson, God bless you always. You are a blessing to the lost. Wish they were more like you. Thank you, Consuelo. I appreciate you. Thank you for uh, the prayers. You're so sweet. Thank you. Heaven Bennington, I pray for all of you nightly, especially you are helping so many. It means a lot to me because people like you are who help me do the right thing. We will always be judged, but we know what we're about. Heaven, yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate your kind remarks. Praying for everybody. Yeah, we all need prayers, right? Because we're all defective. We're all human. We all need compassion, and understanding, especially the people on the streets, right? So I try to give that in my own way, right? Try not to judge, not to be mean to Migs, to Carla, to Martin, and all the people I talk to. I just lend an ear, listen, and because I firmly believe. So I've never been through addiction, right? Except for if you want to include tacos, but I firmly believe that the people that I talk to, like let's say Carla, like that's not really her. I think addiction has given us this version of Carla. Like Migs, he'd be 100 times a better person if addiction wasn't ruling his life, right? If addiction didn't make him a slave every day, he would be a better human being, right? A human being that I can have a conversation with and I could talk to rationally. But addiction really transforms you into being something unrecognizable. So John Wayne, the Duke, kindness is free. People should do that to each other often. Absolutely. Start in your own little circle, right? And then just expand from there, right? Be kind at home. I try to be kind. I try to be kind to my family, my relatives, people I know. I try really hard. And it works. It really does because it comes back to you. So and then just expand from there, right? So let's do it. You guys ready to do it? You guys ready to be nice? KCPB art. I try to be kind in the comments, but sometimes I lose my cool. That's when I just start blocking people. I just start blocking left and right. Got some knuckleheads. Marsha, hello, how are you, Marsha? Welcome. Joel from Maine. You that like scary movies, come and visit. I'll show you where Stephen King lives. I need to take a whiz anyhow. That knucklehead, that guy is so Stephen King, man, what happened to him? He used to be like normal. Capstel, do you ever encounter a person who is mean to you? No, not me. I wouldn't say mean. I've had rude people. I just, say prayers for you. I'm out of here because I don't want to argue with you because it's a losing battle. I won't hurt you. I don't harm you because it's a losing battle for you. So I run into rude people once in a while, but most people are very respectful and they see me as a father figure, as a mentor, as they kind of know what I'm doing already. So yeah, no, none of that. Sandra Gonzalez, what is going on, Sandra? How are you? J Bay, hey, you all. I'm almost home. Was doing some shopping and getting some food. That's awesome. Sharon says at the end of your interviews, you say "you matter" are powerful words because during active addiction, they feel like they don't matter. Absolutely, that's absolutely true, Sharon. Yeah, words have power and words have meaning. We have to know what words to use at what words to use at what instance, right? And so some of these words are uplifting to some, and to others is just lip service, right? So that phrase "you matter," you're worthy of a better life. um I've seen some people, it makes some people cry, and others like whatever, because of addiction. But some are more open, more receptive to those words because they don't hear those words out in the street, right? They hear violence and just bad stuff out there. Bad, 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 bad. Mario Serrano, hello, how are you? Lori Provo, what is going on? Liz Rosales, in your opinion, what do you think the government should do to help solve this? So the government is partly responsible for this, believe it or not. The first thing they should do is they should regulate the border, right? So I'm gonna try not to get political because I really don't like getting political because like I get frustrated, with knuckleheads. But uh, we've literally sent 150 billion dollars in the past 2 years so that Ukraine can protect their border. But our southern border is being flooded by humans, like people. We don't know their names, we don't know their intentions, we don't know where they're coming from, we don't know their criminal background. We don't know them, but they're just every day coming in by thousands every single day due to Biden's lack of border enforcement. Along with that, every day by the ton load are these little tiny blue pills coming in, right? So when I started doing this, all you new people, when I started doing this almost 3 years ago, the cheapest here in Phoenix for these pills, one pill was $5. The cheapest today is 50 cents. Why? Because our southern border is wide open. These pills are coming in by the ton every single day, and the streets are flooded with this crap. So if the government did a better job of protecting Americans the way they do a really great job of protecting Ukrainians, maybe we could have a handle on this, right? If the government, the administration, the current knucklehead in office, if he diverted some of those billions to help better American veterans get off the streets, right? Or just Americans get off the streets. How about mental institutions? Open up mental institutions. Half the people I've interviewed the past 3 years, they're suffering from mental issues. Why don't we treat these people and instead of just locking them up? They get out, we lock them up. They get out, we lock them up. We get it's like a cycle where nothing really happens, right? Until death happens, and then that's when it stops for them. How about we change our laws to really assist them, right? Martin, he has the freedom to refuse medical care. How about we create laws that say you're battling addiction, you can't make a rational decision. Us, the government, we care about you so much. We're gonna help you and we're gonna get you treatment, right? So it makes too much sense. That's why we want to do stuff like that. Italian girl, I carry Narcan. Been carrying Narcan for like 2 years. Mario, FEMA national alert test today. Meanwhile, so I had my just had my phone. I think I had my phone, and I just heard a big old loud bleep. Like I was like, I wasn't happy with that. It just came out of nowhere. So Tommy 64 says agree with everything you're saying, right? Tommy, we're the voices of reason and common sense. That's why not very prevalent in America today, unfortunately. That's why Americans keep voting for the same dummies. The same dummies. They do the same thing, and people keep voting for them. It's weird. But then they complain, like, for those 4 years, they'll complain about gas prices, complain about inflation, complain about, the price of food and all this crap, but they'll still vote for the same idiots. It's weird, mind boggling. Alira baby, I work in customer service and I have to be nice all the time. It's hard though. Yes, it really is hard to be. The customer is not always right, right? Manda Casares, I love that you say you matter. That's so powerful. Manda Casares, you matter too. That's why. Gmon Vergara, run for office. I'm gonna run away from office from political aspirations. Oh hell no! In politics, you can't be honest. Look what they did to Trump, right? He's a total non-politician. He's very honest, and they try to crucify him, right? They're doing a real good job of trying to crucify him, right? Because the deep state is trash. Cornelius Banks, new subscriber here. My girlfriend put me onto your channel. Great channel. Your line of questioning and tone is non-judgmental. Good on you, helping and putting attention to those that have nobody. Cornelius Banks, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Lost in Phoenix family. I appreciate you and your girlfriend. Thank you guys for your support because I'm your voice, right? So it's not just me out there, right? I know that I have the backing of like-minded individuals that know that these people that I'm talking to, they matter, they're important, they deserve a life that's just better for them and their families, right? Because it's not just them, it's not just Martin. He has 4 children, right? Where's his mom at? Where's his father at? Where's his siblings at, right? Are they suffering not knowing where he's at or knowing that his condition is grave? So us, all of us, me, you guys, we come together, right? And we try to assist these people as much as we can, right? With words, like you matter, you're important, thank you for sharing your story. I'll keep checking on you. Here's some food. Here's a wheelchair, right? Here's 3 nights in a hotel for you to rest, to get some rest. So I'm doing my part. You guys are doing your part, right? And together we can assist. We can make the world a little bit better, right? We can make the world a little bit. Look at face, right? Tattoos all over his face, right? He called me about a month ago, said, Art. He's like, Big Art. Hey, Big Art. Bro, I want to change my life. I want my tattoos removed from my face, right? Because I'm tired of scaring people and I want just a new identity. I just want to be a better person, bro. Can you help me? And then I asked you guys, hey, who do you guys think? And boom. And then somebody told me about Ink Eraser, and I told him to call them, and he set up an appointment. And I've driven him 2 times, you know, to there, and we're already seeing a little bit of transformation, right? His self-esteem is high, his confidence is high. He's very respectful. He admires what I do, what Lost in Phoenix is doing. You guys, it's all community. It's all from the heart, right? So I think that's super important, right? To create something, a channel that's transforming people's lives, right? Because this isn't entertainment, this isn't mocking people, this isn't making fun of people, this is actually helping people take a step forward in life, right? So I love it. Makes me feel good. Danielle says, "Didn't Martin's dad say he didn't want to see him? Those words are so very hurtful." Yeah, he Martin said that they showed pictures of me to my dad, and he didn't want to see the pictures. So yeah, that has to hurt, right? That your own father doesn't want to acknowledge your existence, right, or the way you're living. So that just spiral. They just spiral even more further into the abyss, the darkness, right? Because I don't have nothing to live for. My own family doesn't want to acknowledge my existence, so why should I acknowledge my existence, right? So that's why it's important we come around and say, "Hey, you do matter, Martin. Let's fight for your life," right? So, yep. Janaloya, face really does appreciate you, big art. You can hear it in his words. Yeah, that's funny. Marsha, when seeing Martin get slapped around and couldn't do anything, was sad to watch. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very, very sad. But keep in mind, 30 minutes later, after the slapping, they were hugging and kissing and making up. So if we do intervene, what are we really doing? Like, what are we really doing when you intervene? If they're gonna, people were saying, call the cops. For what? Like, why? Bart Visions, no more housing at hotels. Art, remember, it's your credit card in the system for the deposit. Um, yeah, that's not really a factor into, will I help people get in a hotel? That's really not a big factor. It's do they need a room in a hotel is really the biggest thing. Um, so we've had Blake in a hotel, we've had Martin in a hotel, and if I deem somebody else that needs a hotel, we'll try to assist them. But thank you, Bart Visions. El Mexicano had fish tacos with guac. Cool. Pretty princess. I love how honest you are. Art, I appreciate you. Thank you, pretty princess. You're awesome. Thank you. I'm ready for Stranger Things. When is Stranger Things coming out? I asked you guys yesterday and somebody broke my heart and they said 2025. I was like, oh my God. I don't know why. It seems like I've been waiting for like years for Stranger Things. Kind of gets me a little upset because, but hopefully they make a. Liz Rosales, the government is housing people who are coming into USA. Can this homeless use the same program for housing? No, because they are Americans. We're more willing. This administration is more willing to help Ukrainians and people that are coming over our border. We don't know their names, their backgrounds, their criminal backgrounds, their intention. Right? They could be terrorists. They could be anti-American. They could be people just coming in to use the system. We don't know. We have no idea who they are. Let's give them hotels. Let's give them housing. Let's give them this. Let's give them that. What about the Americans here? I'm telling you guys, don't get me started, man, because 212 people, yeah, half of you guys voted for this knucklehead. Donna P, because we watched the whole season of a series now with streaming, no more waiting until next week. Cool. My Three Rosebuds art. Have you seen Manifest on Netflix about the planet lost in time but came back? I've never heard of that. I should check it out, right? Carlene says, perhaps it is terribly painful for Martin's father to actually see how badly off his son is. As the mom of a 53-year-old who made some significantly bad choices, it hurts beyond belief. I help anyway. Carlene, so yeah, sorry to hear that about your son. But you know, again, choices have consequences. The people we vote for has consequences. Hopefully, you guys get a hint next time. But does it hurt his father? So this the way you just said, Carlene reminded me of a of Nick, right? Nick, not white kid Nick, but Native American Nick, right? I interviewed him about, I don't know, a month ago, right? About 3 weeks ago, a month ago. You guys remember him? So I interviewed him, and I get an email from his mom, right? The next day, says, "Hey, my name is whatever her name was. I am the mother of Nick." Right? Do you guys think she said, "How is he? Where is he? Can you help me get him back home? Can you help in any way, shape, or fashion?" You know what she said? She said, "Delete that video. I don't want to see my son on social media." I deleted her email. I blocked her. You know why? Because that's part of the problem. She's more worried about what the neighbors will think, what the family will think, as a instead of being concerned with his well-being. How can I help my son? Where is my son? Can you help me get my son back home? She didn't ask none of that. That is so disappointing. And shame on her for being a mother that doesn't give a crap about her son. Maybe she does in her own way, shape, or form. But the first interaction with me is going to say, take down that video. First off, you can't approach people like that, right? Because you don't know me, right? You can't, right? He's not 17 years old, right? He's a grown adult, right? Nick, 20, I don't know, 26, 25, 26, whatever. He's a father, right? So you can't tell me, a grown adult, to remove a video about another grown adult, right? So that's very disappointing. But you know what? That happens a lot. I get that a lot, from family. So just shame on those people, man. It makes sense why some of these people are on the streets. That's the type of support they have. That's the mother. Jeez. So yeah, those are the type of emails I get. I get so many people communicating to me, man. It's really hard to keep track of stuff. It's really, 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 really hard. One second. Checking. Luigi Avellino, hello, how are you? Vern FJB. In Spanish, it's FTP. John Wayne, the Duke, says people hide stuff under the rug. They prefer to sweep stuff under the rug than to actually confront their issues and fix it, right? So that's really, really sad. Yeah. Sad, sad, sad. Sad, but true. I kind of feel like eating a burrito tonight. What do you guys think about that? You guys approve? I've been eating tacos for the past 3 days, no lie. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, tacos, 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 tacos. Sheesh. There's like a little addiction going on there. Claudia Aranda. Did Carla ever call her mom on her birthday? Yes. So after the interview that I did with her yesterday, so I said, "Do you want to call your mom?" And she said yes. I dialed. I gave her the phone. And she goes like this, and ama, she started talking in Spanish. And then she asked me, "Can I go over there?" She like kind of wanted to get away from me and Migs to get privacy. Guess who followed her? Right? She's talking over there in the corner, and he's like right there. I'm like this dude. So, but what do you do? That's her love. Sharon, between your job and your channel, do you ever have time for yourself? I absolutely do. I cut my hair every week. I self medicate on tacos. I take showers. I brush my tooth. I watch Netflix. I work a lot. I work a lot, but I don't play a lot. I play enough for me. Anita Sweet, hello. How are you, Anita? I haven't seen you in a long time. How you been? What's new? Laura wants privacy. Boogie says, that was my whole family. Even till this day, they gaslight me, acting like my dad's addiction wasn't that bad. That's horrible. Elena G11, what's going on? How are you? Marsha, work, eat tacos, and buy new shirts. This is my priest shirt. I don't know whose husband said this that I was wearing that I look like a priest. That's hilarious. That's funny. I've never been accused of being a priest. That's the first one. Maybe I'll be a priest for Halloween. Hmm. Valerie, love to the Lost in Phoenix, and you are stay awesome. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate you. Hmm. Father Art, what out retracted? She's like, no, I'm gonna retract. Boogie said, I'm Nacho Libre. I've never watched that movie ever. Nacho Libre. Nacho Libre. Bart Visions, yes, I ate Chipotle, black bean chicken, brown rice burrito today. That's so cool. I'm not really a Chipotle person. Isn't that weird? I don't really, I'll eat it, but it's not my favorite. Like, I'll eat it once a year, basically. So, just so you guys know, if we ever do a meet and greet, don't bring Chipotle. Monica G wants a burrito. Luke is also self medicating on tacos. KCPB says step one, admit we are powerless over tacos. Yes. Do it. Do it. Polly Pocket Art, you have to have tacos again today. It's Is it really? Today is National Taco Day? What the heck? I did not know that. As a taco fanatic, as a person battling addiction to tacos, I did not know that, right? So shame on me. I'll be like Nick's mom. Shame on me. Chris Comer, hi Art. How did you start going out and helping people? How did I start? I just did it like Nike. I just did it. Polly Pocket is a big time enabler. She tells me to go eat tacos instead of telling me not to eat. Instead of saying eat more salad, she says eat more taco. Marcia says, still muggy air here. Jean Francois, my husband, soon leaving to Belgium and Frankfurt business trip. That is so cool. Unfortunately, it's muggy, right? Like humidity, that's horrible. No humidity here in Phoenix, Arizona. Bart Visions, you don't like Chick-fil-A art? I do not. Chick I do not like chick. Okay, I take that back. I can eat it, but I'm not gonna stand in line or be in line for an hour to eat a damn chicken sandwich that I could get at. To me, if you put sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, like and like kind of like a blind taste test, I would not be able to tell you which who's who between Jack in the Box, between McDonald's, between Chick Fil A. Alls I know, if I wanted a chicken sandwich, it's a lot shorter line at Jack in the Box or McDonald's than it is at freaking Chick Fil A. I don't know about you guys, but where you guys are at, but here in Phoenix, these like long lines, man. You're like waiting there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get a damn chicken sandwich. I go, are they giving away for free? Like, what does it taste like? And I tasted it. Never again, man. Luke Art, what is authentic taco ingredients? You can go get an authentic taco in Australia. Authentic, hell, I don't even know, man. I can't. So I'm not a cook, right? I'm like the eater of what cooks make. I think I I eat the stuff that cooks make, right? So I don't know how they do it, right? Because I'm not a kitchen person, but like the tacos here, they're like the little tortillas, right? Little corn tortillas, and I know they put butter on their tortillas. They kind of warm them up in the little stove or the little comal or the what do you guys call it? The freaking see, I don't even know all these terms, these kitchen terms, right? So you guys are putting me on the spot. That's my least favorite subject, right? In school it was math, in life it's kitchen. So and then they put carne asada, birria. These are all things you don't have in Australia, so it might go over your head. But carne asada is like kangaroo meat, right? So I'm trying to give you something you might relate to, right? Uh, um, uh, tripas is like kind of koala meat. Uh, freaking tacos de lengua is kind of like wallaby meat, right? So it's all good stuff, puts hair on your chest, and it keeps you going for another day, right? So good question. I'm definitely an eater. I'm allergic to cooking. I tried it one time. I nearly burned the damn house down. So yeah, you'll never see me cooking. Ever, 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 ever. Linda S. finally came. Well, I'm sorry. Linda, let me start over. Linda S. finally can see alive. I am in Tasmania. I tend to watch later at night, and I love how you approach the issue of homelessness and addiction. Reminds me a lot of Soft White Underbelly. Cheers, Linda. Linda, thank you very much for checking in all the way from Tasmania. I think Tasmania is in Australia. A lot of Australians today. That's so cool. What type of tacos are there in Tasmania, Linda? That's the question of the night because it's National Taco Day here in America according to one of my researchers, Polly Pocket. And you still need to confirm, but I trust her. Carlene says, Art, they have beef and pork in Australia. Yeah, I know. I was just kidding, Carlene. Peta Ribbon, Island of Australia. Cool. Misty Shrimp. Gotta try Rusty Taco in Gilbert. Misty is in Gilbert. Rusty Taco. I'm gonna go to Rusty Taco. Be like, hey, give me a three carne asadas. Just hold the rust. No rust on my tacos, Rusty. Dino and Mono. Hi from South Texas. Thanks for joining Dino and Mono. I don't know exactly where in South Texas you are, but are you guys seeing all the craziness at the border? I don't know how south you are, but I'm hearing from people in Texas. Tara Martinez is from Texas, and she tells me like it's by she can see all that crap. So stay safe out there. Peta Ribbon says kangaroo tastes like steak full of iron. Really? Wow, that's interesting. Dino and Mono says it's very close by minutes away. That's crazy. Man, I don't know if I could live in the border like that when it's just mayhem down there. It's crazy. Stay safe. Alira says nothing beats the lengua tacos. You guys get me hungry again. You guys always get me hungry. I'm trying to behave, trying to eat salads, and then you guys start talking about kangaroo meat, lengua, all this good stuff. What is happening? You guys are bad. You guys are bad influencers. Wednesday, October 4th is National Taco Day. My goodness. Thank you, Polly Pocket, for confirming that. Donna P, where do you get your tacos? Shoot. I go to a lot of different places. A lot of good places have tacos. But the best places are always taco trucks. I don't know why. Linda says Tassie is the little isle under mainland Australia. We have the Tassie Devil, and tacos are not a big thing here, but I prefer beef tacos. I guess I'm just before Port Arthur by the beach. That is so cool. If I ever go to Australia, I'm gonna have to eat tacos in Port Arthur. Weta High Art from San Francisco, California. I love what you do for the people. Thank you, Weta. I appreciate you. Thanks for checking in all the way from San Francisco, California. Gueda, can you tell me, since you live in San Francisco, like what's it like living in San Francisco? Like, do you think your city has changed in the past 5 years for the better? Has it stayed the same, or is it worse than it was 5 years ago? I'm just out of curiosity. Bart Basquiato says next year for my birthday, doing exotic barbecue, alligator, frogs, etc. I don't know if I could do frogs, but I could definitely do alligator. I could do alligator. Monica G says, "Hey, I'm in 361." What does that mean? Oh, the area code in Texas. Sorry about that. Italian Grill says, I don't prefer cooking, but I do it. Love making homemade chili and roast with vegetables. That sounds really good. Pita Ribbon, hey Art, did NYC have floods? I have no idea. I am so far away from New York City. I have no idea. I don't really watch the news a lot, to be honest with you. Maribel, tengo ganas de ir a Phoenix a conocer qué hay para allá. Nice. Do it. Bart Visions, we're going to be farting all night with all the food. And then it's crazy here by their border, taking at least 2 to 3 hours to cross over. Sharon, you made me hungry. I got myself a bowl of raisin bran with banana. Ooh, I like putting banana in my cereal as well. I've been doing that since I was a kid. I think my mom taught me to do that. So the system is going to give you guys ads right now. Okay, so YouTube is starting to sprinkle in ads. So in 40 seconds, you guys are going to get ads. Okay, so just so you guys, just giving you guys a heads up, YouTube is starting to put ads in the lives because that's what YouTube does. Instead of fixing their system, they add to it. Who else is hungry? Anybody else? Bart Basquiato. I don't get it. I have a YouTube Premium where I get no ads. I love it. So cool. Buki says, thanks for the heads up. So are you guys ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. Ads. Bye, guys. Guerra says, Art, it's really sad. A lot of homeless with nowhere to go, a lot of ODs, but they are kicking them out. Funny because the blues are not really common here, but if you go to other places or get out of the city, it's not as bad. That is insane. That is really insane. I think they don't give it to all people that are in the room. They give it to select. Some of you guys have been selected for ads. Joel Hamilton, hello. How are you? Apple 22 in San Jose, they kick them out monthly, but then they come back. Manda Casares wants all of the garden. Monica G has YouTube Premium. I have YouTube. I've had YouTube Premium for like 5 years, even before I started doing this channel, because I hated all the ads, right? So, yeah. Elaine says, "How does blues make them feel? High, zoned out, groggy?" Blues has fentanyl. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid. It's a man-made. It's like a cousin of H. So it makes you feel drowsy. It numbs your body. You don't feel anything. You want to fall asleep. You just want to rest. It's like you get like a really good rest. So yeah, crazy. I don't know why people want to live like that, right? You're trying to numb. It's like, I don't know. I don't get it. Elena made spaghetti. Cool. Carla Harris is in Ontario, Canada. It's 1 a.m. where you're at. Right now, it's 9:56 p.m., 9:57 p.m. Arizona time. I'm hot again. What the heck? How is Martin? I just uploaded a video today of Martin. Go check it out. Jerry Parker. Buki said, Myra sent a pic of her huevos. I don't like huevos. Like tacos. Myra, send a picture of your taco. Monica G, my best friend's daughter, 20 years old, passed away last year from a laced Xanax pill. So sad, man. It had a fent. Yeah, condolences for that family, man. It's super, super sad. 20 years old. Wow. You guys need to tell, these kids that they can't, oh, So this is what I've heard from parents. My son was taking pills from a prescription bottle. He thought that because it was from a prescription bottle, like from the doctor, it was okay without understanding that no, it's not okay, man. So and he passed away. So sad, sad, sad. Erica, thank you very much, Erica. I appreciate your support and your kind words. You're awesome. Erica is in Las Vegas. Live, laugh, love. So check your thyroid level. Yeah, it's not my thyroid. It's that I'm so active. I think the shirt is hot. I'm active and I'm talking to you guys. My thyroid is doing really good. Anonymous AZ, 78 degrees in Mesa AZ. Is it really 78 degrees? Holy jeez, that sounds kind of like cold. Yeah, it is 78 degrees. Holy crap, you're right. So today was 94 degrees, tomorrow 98, Friday 103. Wow. Monica G says, my son is 14. I warn him all the damn time about these drugs, especially pills. Monica, that's really good. Great job being a parent of parenting your 14-year-old. Sadly, I've seen the youngest I've seen was 13 years old smoking these pills in front of me, right? Did that little boy make it? Is he alive? Is he okay? These pills are super harmful. And I think at that age, they have no maturity. They don't know what they're doing. They're gonna live forever. They think you're dumb as a parent. You're goofy. You don't know what you're talking about. Their friends are cool, especially at that age, right? A 15-year-old or 14-year-old like your son, he looks up to who? 18-year-olds. 18-year-olds are stupid, right? They're just 4 years, older than a 14-year-old. But yeah, 18-year-old, you're stupid. Boys don't mature till a long time. So Elena, I know I was being funny. Gueda says my brother almost died because of the pills, so I'm honest of what I'm went through, so he can understand. Nothing about those drugs are cool. Absolutely. Kaylani, they usually get introduced to drugs around the middle school. Yeah, so sad. Yeah, true. The first time I ever saw a hard drug, I was 11. I was like 10 or 11 when I saw some dude pulled out like a ball of cocaine. He's like, "Do you want some?" I'm like, "What the hell is it?" He's like, "Cocaine." I'm like, "The hell am I gonna do with that? Put that away." He had pulled out of his pocket. He was in, man, I don't know. He was like in the sixth grade. I don't know if he got it from his dad or what, but he got it from somewhere, right? And this was back in 80. It was a long time. It was, yeah, 84. So I was probably 10. He no lie, he pulled a big old bag like that, fat bag of white powder. Like, nah, I don't want none of that crap, man. Jane Dumanor, I think I pronounced it right. Do you know if the government will take new measures to stop this deadly pill to come to the States? Thanks for all that you do, Art. Thank you, Jane. Great question. The current administration will not do anything to defend America, protect Americans, right? It's gonna send more billions to so that Ukrainians can live better and be protected and protect their borders. Like literally, that's a literal statement, right? It's been happening for 2 years, while our border is just being ran over literally by people we don't know their names, their backgrounds, what they want, none of that stuff. So so no, good question. It's not going to get done because we have a void of leadership currently. Sad but true. What I said, that's good. You were strong and said F that stuff. Coca's fentanyl. Yeah, there's fentanyl and all that stuff, unfortunately, So they're doing that on purpose. So yeah, you guys, it's a dangerous world out there. It's a real dangerous world. So you guys, we can't rely on the government. You guys relying on the government to come save us. It's shell. The government's making it worse for us. I honestly think the government's trying to kill us. you know, they're trying to reduce our numbers. So we have to be mindful of that. Don't trust the government. Alyssa Cook, my 10-year-old great nephew, is 10 and getting really curious about things. I hope and pray he never tries those things. 10 years old, curiosity, man, curious George. So, yeah, kids don't have 9 lives. So they really have to be careful. You have to watch them. You have to talk to them, watch them, talk to them, watch them, and talk, and make sure they're making decisions that aren't going to be harmful to their future, right? So, got to be careful. Carla Harris, I've got to let you know I am addicted to your channel and support everything you do. Carla, I support your addiction and everything you do. That is awesome. That's a good addiction right there, Carla. So thank you very much. I appreciate you for being here, Carla. I appreciate you supporting the cause and being a integral part of kind of what I'm trying to do. Just kind of spread awareness and helping one individual at a time. So I appreciate you, Carla. You're awesome. Kaylani, all right, what's for dinner? You know what? I'm craving a fat burrito, but I'm not sure. I really don't know, Kaylani. I do not know. Buki, I wonder how the world would be with no drugs or poverty. Yeah, it's really good to imagine that, right? It's kind of like dreaming of if I won the lottery, right? It's kind of the same thing along those lines because I think as humans, I think addiction to substances has always been around. I think humans have always tried to escape reality, the harshness of life, right? So like me, I look at life as beautiful, right? Like why would I want my senses dulled, right? Why would I want to be asleep when there's so much to see and do and discover in this beautiful world, right? This beautiful life. Let me make the most of it instead of shying away from it and being in darkness, right? So I think most humans are like this, like me and like you guys. But then there's some people that don't have good coping skills. They're hopeless and they don't know how to get out of that hopelessness. They're in a dark place. They don't know how to turn on the light. They don't have support. They don't have guidance. They don't have mentorship. So I think that's a human condition. Um, so it's not a rich thing, poor thing. It's not a racist thing. It's not a white and black thing. It's really not. It's a human thing. Alyssa Cook, thanks, Art. I've let him know that he can talk to me about absolutely anything. I think he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders so far, so I trust him to use it. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely keep talking to him, keep watching him, and life will be good. Kaylani, I have not seen Nick or uh, white Nick, Caucasian Nick in a long time. North Carolina Nick, because last month I interviewed a Native American Nick. Anonymous, pain is part of the human experience. We can't appreciate joy if we don't know pain. Yeah, that's a good point. So it's balance, right? Everything has to be balanced, right? The good and the bad, right? The devil and the and who is it? The devil and who's over here, right? So yeah, so everything has to be balanced, right? Good, bad, black, white, uh, darkness and light. Balance, 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 balance. Keep it balanced. Do you think weed is bad? Weed is bad for me. Like I wouldn't smoke that stuff. The last time I smoked it was I was 15 years old. Why I smoked it? Because I was 15 years old. I lacked maturity. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was cool. Trying to be cool like the guys, you know. So that was pretty stupid on my part. But maybe it has medicinal value that some people need, like legitimately. But then there's a lot of people that think they don't have medicinal. They don't use it for the medicine. They just use it to feel numb, right? And again, it's that coping skills, right? Those coping mechanisms, right? They don't have them, so they have to want to be numb. They want to look cool. They want to feel high, or I don't know. I don't understand why people do that, right? Because life is so beautiful. Uh, but do you think weed is bad? It's bad for me. Maybe it's good for you. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't touch that crap. Gilafa, have you read the Quran before? It is revelation from God given to the last of the prophets. I have never read the Quran ever, 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 ever. See pictures. Who sent pictures? Marcia, the Bulls are all in Camargue, France. They have Bulls free. Cool. So there's Marcia with her bull in Camargue, France. That's awesome. That's a great picture, Marcia. Thank you for sharing. There's Marcia right there at the bull. Grab the bull by the horns. Cool. Another picture from France from Marcia. That's really cool. Little narrow streets. That is so cool. Freaking building's been there freaking 500 years probably. So this picture is from Tommy. This is what? Are Minnie ready for Halloween? She is a puppy latte. What is that? So this is Tommy 64's puppy. Cute. Tiny little sucker, right? What is that? Oh, so the coffee? Is that little cream up on top? Cute. Awesome, Tommy. That's a cute little dog, man. Thanks for sharing. Dogs are awesome. Oh, it's a Shih Tzu. That's our Shih Tzu. That's a Shih Tzu? Like older, huh? I think it's an older Shih Tzu. Looks a little chunky, a little low to the ground, like little low rider, low profile. That's awesome. Cool. Thanks for sharing, Tommy. Appreciate you. Myra made what? Eggs, toast, and what are those called? Avocados. Yummy. Good job. Shoot, that's funny. I'm getting hungry. It's 10. 13. Give me some ideas. Give me some ideas. I need ideas to go eat. What do you guys think? I've been talking to you guys for 2 hours and 19 minutes. Holy crap. LR says, I'm a cat person, but the dog pic was cute. Yes. I've never touched a cat ever in my life. Did I tell you guys that? Never, ever, ever, ever. Bart Basquiato, I feel the anxiety. It's cause the weed way stronger nowadays. So if you stopped way back and started again, you would trip in a way. Weed is a psychedelic. Yeah. Good luck to you guys that use that crap. Don't be a slave to stuff. Alcohol, cigarettes, weed, drugs. It's like you're a slave, you know? Try not to be a slave. Dino and Mono Art, do you know why Migs seemed so quiet during the past few interviews? Um, I don't. Maybe they're not getting along. Maybe he just smoked. Uh, maybe so many factors. I've interviewed him in the past. I've been interviewing for a year. I've probably done like 20, I don't know, 20 some videos, almost 30 videos with him. And I've seen him when he's like that. So it's just, he's bipolar. Um, so yeah, doesn't shock me. Sherry Calloway enjoyed the chat, and I like shrimp tacos with guac. Nice. Shrimp tacos they're okay. They're cool. Valerie, how about a salvi to food? A what? A what? A salvi? What is that? Buki doesn't have a taco. She has a chalupa. Pretty princess. No way. You never touched a cat. I love my babies. Yeah, I really have never touched a cat ever in my life. True story. I'm a dog person, right? So, hmm, interesting, right? Yoli, are you going to grab something or make something at home? Hmm. I'm definitely not gonna make anything. So yeah. Marsha says cats. When I was little, a cat attacked my eye. That's horrible. Capsule, my ex was afraid of my cat. Cracked me up. So another ad is coming in 40 minutes to some of you. Not all of you guys, a few of you, I guess. Amanda Casares wants her cat touched. So so I had a friend, right? Uh, a long time ago. This was like a long time ago, like 20. I don't know, like about 20 years ago. 20 years ago? Nah, probably like yeah, probably 20 years ago. So a long time ago, I stayed at my friend's house. What was her name? Her name was I can't remember her name, but anyway, she's a friend of mine. And I woke up, and her cat woke up and saw me on her bed and bit my big toe. I was like, "What?" That's what woke me up. So, so maybe that has something to do with it. Why I've never touched it. A cat has touched me, my big toe, but I've never touched a cat. So, yeah, that's a true story right there. So, I don't think cats like me. Sanji, thank you for all you do. And carrying on that note, have a great rest of the night. Much love. Thank you, Sanji. You have a good night. Get some rest. Appreciate you. Guera wants a little mini tiny dog. Cool. Do it. Get it. Alira baby is a cat person and a dog person. Mercedes A, I have 6 hairless cats. Holy jeez. So interesting. Ross again here late. Gotta go to bed though. Great work. Lost some Phoenix peeps and Art. Have a good night. Thanks, Ross. Appreciate you coming in saying hi. Get some rest and we'll see you soon. Okay. Appreciate you, Ross. Sandra got that ad again. Monica does not do cats. Why are cats hairless? Like, do they have like a little genetic condition where they can't grow hair? Like, what's going on? Why aren't there, are there hairless dogs? Hmm. Interesting, right? I've never seen a hairless cat in person, and I've never seen a hairless dog in person, right? So, yeah, I saw them on TV. I saw a hairless cat on TV. It looked like they look different. They look different. Buki says the people that pick up the bodies have all said that cats tend to nibble on their dead owner. Damn, I don't know about that. B Bergs, what? B Bergs of Oregon. Your work is thank you, B Bergs. I appreciate you. I never want a cat nibbling on me, dead or alive. My dog, he licks. Oh, Phoebe's a licker, man. She like trying to lick in my ear, trying to get the brain out. So yeah, different. Dogs are different. Capstel says my Tibetan Spaniel loved my cat. So cool. So, anyways, I'm gonna go eat. It's 10:21. I bored you guys to death. You guys have a good night. Get some rest. Appreciate you guys being here, hanging out with me, the priest, right? So I'm gonna pray for all of you sinners, all of you taco sinners out there. You guys have a good night. Get some rest. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And bye.